This is an extremely urgent message for all twin flamers. Anybody on any type of soul journey. This will explain why a lot of people are going through a lot of drama. It just seems like somebody hates you and things just keep happening. Going to need your patience. We're also going to deal with Santos, who deals with Capricorn and Cancer, and what that means. Because everybody says, well, you know, Gary, you gave us these links, but we can't find it, and so I went and found it. So this video will require your patience. Also on my other channel, Real Life and Metaphysics, today is March 26, 2017. The new moon, I believe it's in Aries, will be in 2 days, and I believe we're in the sign of Aries already. The sun is already in Aries, so you're getting ready to have a divine masculine, divine feminine twin union. Yes, yet again. But we're going to get something perfectly clear. Aries starts off a new beginning. It's the first house of the zodiac, and this is why I'm sent to talk to you. And I want to make sure you understand. I'm telling you that I'm sent to talk to you, because I want to tell everybody, and I hope a lot of twin flamers read this or see this video, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's needed according to the universe. So that's why we'll need your patience, a little bit of maturity, because as long as you keep running from, see, it's two energies you're dealing with. You're dealing with the feminine. She just wants to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. But your twin flame relationship is not going to work without the masculine. He wants to kind of set boundaries and things like that. So we're going to get into that in a moment. If you understood ancient astrology, just like Santos tries to teach you guys, Saturn used to rule. Saturn used to be the sun. In fact, Venus, her sun is not our sun. Her sun is Saturn. So Saturn has always played the fatherly figure, and Venus being that feminine energy. So you're going to have to learn this. And this video shouldn't be that long, but I'm going to be positive to show it to you. And then further insight is on Real Life and Metaphysics. It'll be one video there that's going to deal with this whole thing. And that video is uploading now as I speak. All right. I'm just want to take a quick look to make sure that the new moon will be in Aries. Give me a second. New moon in Aries. They're saying the 27th. Some people are saying the 29th. At this point, you can find that out, anywhere. So I'm not going to really dig deep into that. But it will be everything. If the sun is in Aries right now, I do believe, and the moon, so you're going to have the man. So that's why I'm sent. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm sent. And people that have been dealing with me for a while know it's the truth. You'll always have other people that don't want to do the research, but they want to sit and criticize it. They don't want to look at the facts. But we want to show you about your relationship, your twin flame, everything you're going through, all the problems, or everything. Well, why is this person so mean? Well, everything you're worrying about, we're going to show you why. But again, it takes a moment. That's the problem. People want it, and they want it now. And that's that Aries energy, which is not a bad energy. But if you don't know how to use Aries energy, you can really make problems worse than they need to be. And in the other video on Real Life and Metaphysics, I show you step by step how to get your stuff together. So you might want to listen to that video. I'll show you step by step who you should be listening to, what you should be doing. So, because I may not cover that again in this video, since I just covered it in the other video. So we're in Aries. The sun is going to be Aries, and the moon is going to be in Aries. So this is going to be a significant thing for twin flame. And one more thing. Moon Aries falls on the 27th to, give me a second, 28th, Aries, huh? I'm going to see if I can get a specific. All right. Give me one more moment. Like I said, I will be patient because some people want to know this information. They want to know exactly when. All right, I have it. Want to thank the universe for that. This and Monday, March 27th, 2017 at 10:57 p.m. and 13 seconds. The new moon will be in Aries. So now, let's give the message. Anybody on a twin flame journey, which is the same thing as twin soul journey. Anybody just on a soul journey. You may not have nothing to do with twin flame right now. You're just on a soul journey. Anybody where your life just seems effed up, like no matter how hard you work, it just seems like somebody hates your ass and is gonna just fuck up everything you're trying to do. You just feel it. Sometimes you hate going outside because it just feels like you're hated. Or somebody's trying to set you up and get you in trouble or something. You got paranoid. You're scared to death that, wow, I might just go outside and get killed. All this crazy stuff going on in the whatever. Or you just seem to just be hearing a lot of like sad stories and bad news. So we're going to explain all of that. See, I'm going to try to help you the best I can. Emotions are great, but they have to be balanced. That's why you have the masculine and the feminine. And this is what everybody's missing. This is what everybody's missing. It has to be a balance. Sometimes that person has their act together. The universe is going to come and shake it up a little bit because that person's not letting faith in. That's the emotions. That's more the feminine side. They're not letting faith in. They're not letting spirit in. They're becoming so Saturnian that everything is in order. Everything's in check. And therefore, they feel they don't need anything. No, they don't need anybody. They don't need people. They just gonna, like a workaholic. Like I just had a person send me an email. And funny, she has the same name as my twin. And she sent an email and she said her twin is so hurt by people that all he does is work. He won't let anybody in. But what he doesn't realize is then that's when everything you believe and is going to get attacked, supernaturally attacked. And they'll put you in a situation where you have to let people in. And we all go through it. So what I want to do at this point is urgent to explain Santos. And I'm going to be going through each of these videos. You're going to see different pictures, and I'm going to be going through each one of them. And I'll probably put the one picture in about soul journey. It says click here. That's on real life and metaphysics. You should all listen to that video because it's going to show you everything you need to be doing. Because I want to make something perfectly clear. If the stuff I'm talking about in this video is happening to you, you can't run. You can't say, oh, I don't like that guy on Archangel, Revelations, and Prophecy because he's just too strict. I'll go over here. No, because they're going to come over there. You can't run. No matter where you go, the universe is going to have the last laugh. And if this is all about you uniting with your twin, then you better learn to listen to the universe because that's who's doing all that to you. That's who's keeping you guys separated. If somebody's treating you mean or why are they so mad at me, it's because the universe is doing that. Also, on that other video on real life and metaphysics, I talk about Sonnet 1117. Every twin flamer should listen to her video. Every twin flamer. Because she tells you the truth of how it is. Now, you might like her because she has a nice soft voice and she's so sweet and stuff. She doesn't have that more harder Jersey accent and attitude that I have. But you still need that Saturnian energy. You're going to need that order with the romance, with the Venus energy. They got to balance. That's all I'm trying to tell you. And if you really, this is what makes me sick, that people say, oh, where's my twin, blah, blah, blah. If you really wanted your twin so bad, you would do what you needed to do to be with your twin. But you're running. Some of y'all are running from your twin, or your twin's running from you, or you're running from a person like me. All this running has to stop if you're ever going to get to where you need to be. Because if you listen to Sonnet 1117, she tells you how some of these people have been doing this for 40 years. Why? Why 40 years? You know this person is your twin and you haven't united in 40 years? Why? Immaturity. That Aries energy. I am. You want it your way. You don't realize it's going to have to be a compromise, a give and take on both parts. Now, why is this important with Santos? Now, everybody's asking, what about the Capricorn and all that? I don't know the specific video, but I know the videos you can look for. And it's all possible. Some of his videos aren't that long. Some are like 48 minutes, hour, whatever it takes. But take the time to find it. Because too many, again, where's my twin? We're playing video games. We're doing all kind of stuff. Balance it out. See, what people don't understand is you're in a matrix. And Santos has a video that says that your soul is owned by the Vatican. Now, if you're Catholic, don't get offended. Listen to the video. Listen to guys like me. We're telling you history from facts. We're not saying, I'm not anti anything. I got love for everybody. I don't get involved with all that crap. Sorry. You know, I know there's evil and there's wicked, but there's nothing I can do about it. Everything came from God. Everything will return to God. And it's not for me to judge. It's God judges. Isaiah 45, 6 to 7, I create the good and the evil. So you read that in your own Bible. But getting back to the point, but I'm trying to help each person on this journey, because that's why I was put on this journey, to help the people on the journey. But you can't go run into another channel just because you don't like how it's being taught. You can't run from the truth. You're not going to see nothing. And the only thing you're going to do, you might connect with your twin, and then you're going to get hurt again and separated. And that's going to keep happening until you learn what I'm trying to teach. You have to learn it. Or it'll take 40, 50 years. And if you don't learn it, you're going to take it to your grave, reincarnate, and start all over, just like a wheel. Just like a natal chart wheel. So I'm looking at the picture that says Santos, Banasi, Capricorns, and the astrological wheel. So I will go to that video. And he says Capricorns, so maybe he says it right there. Because if you have a unique Capricorn or Cancer arrangement in your natal chart, then you're probably sent, which is another reason why you go through so much hell. I try to teach you guys. In the Bible, you got Joseph. He talked about the planets and the stars. You got Joshua, who made the sun and the moon stand still. He made night and darkness stand still, so it stayed daytime longer. You have Joshua. I just said Joshua. You had Job that talks all about the constellations, Sirius, and things like that. I think he says Sirius. He says Pleiades. He definitely says Pleiades, I think, in the book of Job. And the Bible also talks about the Orion constellation. So the more you study the Bible, the more you see with people with the names J.O., they have some type of connection to the astrology because they're earth angels. And that's why they say a lot of people star seeds or stars does. But the Bible tells you that he makes his angels stars. So the Bible's kind of trying to tell you what's going on. And he says flames of fire and all that. And then in Revelation 12, up in heavens, flames of fire, stars fall to the earth. So these are all angels. A lot of people here are that. Like even if people don't know metaphysics of Tupac Shakur, they call him Thug Angel. So you begin to learn a little bit. None of us have all the answers, but you begin to learn more. And the more you learn, the more you understand you're on the journey. And you'll start, the less you'll keep talking about, oh, what's my twin doing? Oh, I was on my twin's Facebook page, and oh, why is he doing? And then 5 months will go by when you could have been progressing on your journey, and you're still saying that same stuff. What is my twin doing? Is he moving on? And if you asked that question like a year ago, and you're asking, are they moving on? Well, obviously they are. If it's a year ago and you're still asking the same question, are they moving on? I think they've been gone long enough. But they're gone because you're not doing what you're supposed to. So I did a reading. Free angel card readings I recently did. They are on Unlisted. If you request it, I will send you those links. There's 2 links. And there's no money. Nobody's asking you for anything. But they gave some really good answers. And Archangel Gabriel, I used his card deck, and boy, he was good. He was really good. I'm really impressed with Archangel Gabriel. His card, it was phenomenal. And then I used a regular deck. So I did 2 different readings, 2 different videos. But a lot of information was given there. This is the stuff you need to be listening to, because this is the stuff that's going to on your journey. Instead of, oh, they hurt me so bad, and why they hurt me so bad, so much pain, why are they with so-and-so, and they said they were coming to see me, they never showed up, and blah, 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 blah. You're not on your journey. You're going to stay in that state. And all you're doing with all that woe is me energy is pushing that union further and further away. And you're not learning your soul purpose. You're just whining, because a lot of you don't want to hear the technical side. But there is a technical side. So like, you got a soul and a spirit, you got a heart and a mind. You got to learn how to balance it. And you actually have the power within you to make your union become a union. And then, in all due respect, even though the union may come about, you're still going to have challenges and issues. You're actually supposed to be helping each other. I have a video on my channel right now. It's a recent video. Today is March 26th. So that video been there since probably March 23rd, maybe March 22nd. Who remembers? By Miss Rossi. She gave her whole twin flame experience. I read it. I read what she wrote me. Very beautiful, encouraging letter. But they actually help each other, and the angels blessed their business. She said the moment the angels blessed their business, their relationship got better. And I just did in a free angel readings I just gave earlier this morning, or late last night. That was one of the questions the female was asking. I should leave this guy because I'm not happy. But then basically she was told, well, your business is about to blow up and things will change. That's what the angel said. So if you're working with these angels, just like I said, I'll say it really quick, but I explain it more deeper on the video on real life and metaphysics. If you're working with your angels, they will be telling you, you should have your natal chart. And a lot of people still are waiting for whatever reason, and they don't realize you're not going to find nobody that does what I do for that price. A lot of times I do discounts, I do sales. When I'm gone, like I almost died in a car accident recently. When I'm gone, you're going to be shit out of luck. And then you're going to go somewhere, you may get a natal chart, but it'll have nothing to do with what you should know. Twin flame stuff, all that stuff I know. And then, depending on where you go, they can be very expensive. Another scenario is, my life might change. My life may become more busy. It just depends on what the angels want me to do. Which means somebody might say, hey, yeah, the guy on that channel, yeah, blah, 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 I remember. And somebody's contacting me, and I might not even be doing natal charts no more. So then I got to stop what I am doing to do a natal chart, which I really have it doesn't even serve my purpose to do it anymore. So it's not going to be for no low price. So like I said, anything that's going to stop me from what I need to be doing is going to be viewed differently. It's not like, oh, this is what I do. Okay, since I'm doing it anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's a totally different thing, because it's like, I'm not even trying to do it. It's like a guy might come out to get in the door. He does comedy, and everybody loves him because he's a real funny comedian, hilariously funny comedian. But he gets sick of doing that. Now he wants to do drama or paint or something. Like Joe Pesci. That's what I just heard his story. I didn't know what his story was. I knew nothing about Joe Pesci except that he was very funny in the movies. Like, come on, Lord, Hard to Kill, was it? Not Hard to Kill, whatever. Come on, Dead. I don't know. Mel Gibson movies. And Danny Glover movies. He was funny, and he worked real, and they're really good friends. You could tell they had chemistry, but him and De Niro are really good friends, and they were making them gangster movies. And he was always good in those gangster movies, and then he basically disappeared, but he did that by choice because he's really a musician. So that's where his love is at for music. And by the characters he played, you would never think but he really loves music. And he's a little weird, so he did an album that, because he gave it a weird title and some weird stuff, it didn't really sell. But that's because that's his personality. He doesn't care, and that's when you're dealing with an artist. He doesn't care if he doesn't sell. He's more interested in the art. Andy Kaufman was like that. Craig Ferguson is like that, and I guess Joe Pesci. So I'm more interested in just trying to get this out. But once things change, that's when people are going to come. Oh, what about this? And I need a natal chart now, and you know you're the best and all that. And I'm going to be like, man, I don't even do that no more. So get it while it's there. Don't wait till it's gone. Especially for the price. And the price, you could barely go out and eat a meal, even by yourself. Like you could barely, let's just, like out here we got I don't want to say any restaurant names, but we got a restaurant name out here that you might be able to get a meal or whatever. You could barely feed a whole meal for yourself for that low price I'm charging. So that's just crazy. And it's not a commercial. I'm trying to reach people because I already know what's going to happen. And I've just been dealing with a lot of people, and they just have a very like childish, and it's not fully you guys' fault because you're in a matrix and they dumb your ass down. And you don't want to listen to Santos. You'd rather play on your video or take selfies or go LOL. Ha ha, LOL. But you don't understand that the whole purpose of this matrix is to keep you distracted. So that when your journey ends and you have to go to the people that are going to ask you, what did you do? And you're not going to want to hear about your new cell phone. They're not going to want. There's nothing wrong with having fun, but there has to be a balance. So that's why I said if I did your natal chart and I told you like I have my true north node is in Cancer, which makes my south node in Capricorn apparently, and my moon is in Capricorn. So all these are unique placements on the chart. So that's why you want to understand what Santos is saying, and he's the expert at it, not me. So it's just not right. It'd be kind of disrespectful for me to explain something he's an expert at. That's why you might go to one doctor, but he might end up sending you to a specialist. In that area, Santos is a specialist. So now, there's another one here that says Metaphysics, the 9 energies. You can look at that if you want to, but that's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything with the astrological wheel or Capricorn. And then I had this video that said Capricorn and Cancer, God portals, natal chart proof. So again, you're looking right at the page. It's telling you the name of the YouTube channel and the name of the video. So you should be able to find it. Even if you type it in the YouTube search engine, it'll come up and then just click on it and go right to the video. So nobody should be saying, oh, I don't know where it is and I can't find it and why. I'm not. Try to get in the habit of taking more notes. I want to see people break the matrix. I want more of you to stop this. Where's my twin? Why is my twin not that? My twin. Where's my twin? This journey has nothing to do with your twin. That's why your twin's not with you. Your twin came to wake your ass up to your soul life purpose, which is what I'm talking about. And you will have no chance. You will have no chance of really uniting with your twin until you're on your soul life purpose. And if you listen to Miss Roxy, that's exactly what happened to her. Once she found out what her soul life purpose was, she told her twin, listen, either you're going to come with me on this soul life purpose or I'm going by myself. I didn't move all the way out here to be with you. I moved from my family. I moved from my religion. I moved from everything to be with you. You have not even put a ring on my finger. You're out here hanging out with whores at night, going in bars. I have a purpose in life. So she was the stronger one. But he knew he didn't want to lose her, and he got on board with the program. Just like that lady Mama Al said. She said she had to say to her twin, I'm the best woman you'll ever have. I am your twin. I am your soul mate. I'm ready and you're not. You need to get your third dimensional shit together so we can get on with our life purpose. And then there's another video I did said Womb Matrix, God's Humans Proven in Bible and Natal Charts. Must watch. And I said Santos right there. That's another Santos. I referred you to him again. So that's another place I will look. You can go to the video. You can listen if you want. You can go to the description box. And maybe when you click on that link, it'll have the video I'm talking about with Santos and Capricorn. So it takes a little time. But it's worth it. Because you would do it if it was something you like. Some of y'all out here listening, how many times have you driven through neighborhoods? You knew where the good stuff was, but you wasn't sure which one. But you knew if you just kept going up and down that street, you see somebody on that corner, and you kept doing it till you found that person. How many of y'all, when y'all was doing debauchery, that you had endurance then? When you was doing something to get some fast money or anything, you had endurance then. But then when it comes to study your life purpose and stuff like that, you act like, oh, I can't find it, and why? I don't know. What are you talking about? Now, this is a really good one. Santos Bonacci on the 12 signs of the zodiac. Now, I would definitely click that one because 12 signs, so he's going to talk about Cancer and Capricorn if he's talking about the 12 signs. So again, if you have a unique Capricorn Cancer arrangement, that's where you want to go. Videos like this. And then when you get to these videos, as you look to the right on YouTube, there's a whole lot of associated videos, so it might be there. But if you don't feel like all that investigative study, the point being made, people that have unique Capricorn and Cancer housing arrangements on their natal chart are higher. They're not just humans. They're sent. And I'm sure you'll learn more when you read the houses that they're in and the planets and the asteroids. It'll probably tell you a little bit more. Your natal chart will always be your key. It's the most important information you will have in this life. 2 more videos people might be interested in. All is Adam and the number 26, Santos Bonacci. Your soul is owned by the Vatican, Santos Bonacci. You really should study that one because that'll be a very deep one. And this is the very first video I was introduced to this gentleman. I don't know if I found him or somebody sent me this video. I know because I got a friend named Joe, a female, and she may have sent me this video. I really don't remember how I was introduced to Mr. Santos, but I do remember it was the first video I ever saw. And he talked, remember, if he's talking about Saturn, well, Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn versus the sun, just like I told you. And I think that's where I learned it from Santos, that the sun was not always here. And even Chosen One tells you. Chosen One tells you how they made this whole universe, how they brought the sun in, and they brought the sun in for reincarnation. I mean, how they brought the moon in. The moon wasn't always here. They literally brought the moon here for moon reincarnation. And this is the kind of stuff that Sherry Shriner kind of talks about a little bit, but a lot of people are turned off by her because of the other stuff she talks about. But some of the stuff she says is kind of on point. I wouldn't agree with everything she says, but some of the stuff she says is kind of on point. So like she was saying that Paul Ryan, she was saying that in the beginning. She said Paul Ryan is not supporting the elected president, and talked about China. He has an allegiance to China, and he's trying to undermine the president. And that was it. Now, because they be talking about fake news. Well, they call her fake news, but that news story is now a major thing. They say that the Obama health bill could have been changed, but Ryan effed it up. And then there's a judge who I like because she speaks I forget her name, but she spoke and she said they need to get rid of Ryan because he's undermining the president. And then the president actually tweeted and said everybody needs to listen to this judge. But she's been talking. Now, I'm not going political because, again, I'm just trying to state facts. Some people are too into this matrix. And that's why you'll see that those people get really upset because they're so stuck in this matrix. But they don't understand that when this matrix goes down, they're going down with it. So you want to get to your soul journey. That's why I'm not saying this guy's a great guy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you better look at the stream of times. And when you see the White House beginning to talk about the Jesus again, he represents the solar reincarnation. But people don't understand the metaphysics. They just look at a person and say, oh, he's nasty, he's a joke and blah, blah, blah. But there's a reason why he's there. You better learn metaphysics. That's why you need to be listening more and more to metaphysical teachers, because they're showing you what's about to happen. And like I said, and then this when he's standing in front of a board, this just says Know Thyself Part 1. But again, you know where to go on YouTube. All right. So again, with Pharaoh, see a lot of you twin flamers and you people on soul journeys, you have an attitude like Pharaoh. God represents Moses, or Moses represents God. Moses is trying to tell you your life purpose. Pharaoh's life purpose was to let God's people go, just like Abraham's life purpose was to let the people go. And that's why, if you notice, they got Abraham Lincoln sitting in the throne like Pharaoh. But you guys, again, you stay third dimensional and you go racial and all kind of dumb, stupid stuff, and you miss the whole point. When if you really understand your soul purpose, you will rise above third dimensional, and you won't get caught up in all of that. You'll be happy that God's will is being done, no matter who He's using to do it. You won't get caught up in, oh, he said this, or I don't like him because he did that, or his father did this, and all this crazy stuff that don't got nothing to do with nothing. So I hope so far you've learned something. Give me one moment. I'm sitting down. I'm trying to find out. There it is. Abraham Lincoln sitting on the throne. And if you notice, he's sitting on the throne like the high priestess does between the two pillars. Or it's like the curtain or whatever. Interesting. All right, so let me copy this because I'm trying to make a point. So I'm speaking right now to really spiritual people in connection with the soul, because they understand what I'm saying. Because oh yeah, if you stay in third dimension, you're probably never gonna see your twin, or it's just, all you're gonna do is take each other through hell. But you'll be another typical dysfunctional family. Because when you really get it, like, and I hear these women out here saying it on YouTube. Some are saying surrender and ain't no things, and I'm talking to men too. Like and like there's another one that says sacred union. They're really trying to show you that they understand, and they realize you gotta like cut certain people off. This is a sacred union. The union comes first, and you see people trying to work through this, which is commendable. See, I think that's more beautiful than all these videos about twin flames and all that. Because if you're not coming together, it's just another video. You should be dealing with somebody that's helping you come together, helping you do what you need to do to come together. That's why I tell you need your natal chart. Deal with your angel card readings. If you other card readings, that's up to you. I always say angel cards. That's my priority one. But I do think 123-tarot.com, they're very accurate. I deal with horoscope.com. They're very accurate. When you deal with horoscope.com, you want to get the daily tarot, which is 3 cards. You want to get the love scope. And you want to get the daily horoscope from horoscope.com. All that is free. 123-tarot.com is free. I deal with astrology answers. They're pretty, that's good. Michelle Knight is very good, but she's in the UK. Michelle Knight. But she's in the UK. And so when she's giving you the houses and stuff, they're not the same houses as us because that's in the UK. But she's still relatively pretty accurate. So I deal with her sometime. But ever since I put my team together of 123-tarot.com on horoscope and astrology answers, and I don't know who else. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but those are the main ones. So far, I haven't felt the need to really have to look elsewhere. But that could change because sometimes they nobody has all the answers, so that's why you have different places to go. So I'm dealing with that, doing my natal chart. I'm always keeping my natal chart updated. I'm looking at the space chart. I can look at the space chart anytime and know what's going on because I learned it. And you can learn. I'm not saying you got to be as deep, but just deal with people that are going to do it. And it is going to be an investment. Unless you got a great friend that just has all the time in the world to just do stuff free, for everything free. But people do have to pay their bills. So whoever you use, that's common sense. But I do keep my prices as reasonable as possible. And I do turn down a lot of offers. I would be somewhat of a rich man right now. If you knew how many people I turned down. Because I just, if I feel like I'm not helping, I just get this feeling like, And that's why I'm trying to teach people. You got to stop all that, where's my twin, why is my twin, and blah, blah, blah. You better realize that was a wake-up call. Just like Moses and God gave Pharaoh a wake-up call. Pharaoh's life purpose was just like Abraham Lincoln's, to let the people go. That's it. Let the people go. And Pharaoh didn't want to do it. Just like most of y'all don't want your life purpose. You just want some sex. You want some companionship. But you don't care about the world around you. So now God is striking your hard heart like he's doing Pharaoh. And the Bible gives you two people. Saul. Saul was a king and Saul became like Pharaoh. And God had to keep striking Saul down. And then you got the apostle Paul, whose name was Saul. And he had a high horse mentality. So God had to strike him down off his horse. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul said God continues to allow this messenger of Satan to buffet me to keep me humble. Now, whether that was true or not, I don't know. But that's how Paul saw it. So you got to humble yourself. And I gave you what you should be doing. That should be primary to you. Because that's what you're going to get judged by at the end. And that's when all the games, all the illusions are going to go. Third dimensional is just an illusion. And just like the guy just told you, your soul is run by the Vatican. If you knew how powerful the Vatican was and how they are, basically, their hands are in everything. But it's a whole lot of stuff about family bloodlines and stuff like that. That if you talk about it, people say it's a conspiracy. But if you understand, that's why they give you numbers and all that. Everything is being registered somewhere because you're really property, and that's why you have numbers and stuff like that. Everything is known. Your race matters and all that stuff that you think, doesn't matter. They got records on everything. I was in a location in the 1990s, and they just knew. They would just look at me like totally different. The way they would stare at me. This is the truth. And all the time I do it. Like they would come get me to do stuff. Like anything where you needed a trustworthy person, they would come get me for me to do it. And I wouldn't even know these people. Like, how do these people, why are they trusting me? Because they got all that stuff in records. And I remember one time I had to walk in this room, and I knew to keep my mouth shut. And it was just people sitting at the table, and they were just looking at me. And I was looking at them, but I knew to keep my mouth shut because I knew those people were going to determine my next move. So I'm trying to wake you guys up, but you gotta stop that lovey-hovey. You gotta get past that. You gotta get past that. Cause I can't really help you. I can show you what's going on, but like if all you're hearing, and I'll do that. Like I'll do a natal chart where I'll be very extensive, and they'll come back really quick and just ask one question: is that my twin or not? Like we just went over that in the natal chart. You didn't even listen. Like you gotta calm down. So now I'm going to show you another picture of Pharaoh sitting on the throne. And Moses telling Pharaoh, let my people go. And that's the real reason why they put Abraham Lincoln on the throne. But a lot of you guys didn't catch that. And then you think somehow I'm making it up. Listen, dude, I didn't build the throne. If I was in ancient Egypt, it must have been a past life. So I didn't build the throne, so I can't be making Jack Dilly Squad up. And I can't help it that you want to stay in third dimensional because that's what's going to get you killed at some point. And if it doesn't get you killed at some point, at the end of your life, it's going to get you killed then. Because you're not going to be going nowhere, ascending nowhere until you get what is happening. This is why you should be glad that the universe and these angels are going out of their way to put you in a car wreck, knock you off your high horse, break your heart. They're trying their best to slow you down to why you're really here. You got to get out of this matrix, this BS they're pushing on you, and get to your real soul purpose. So again, I think I told you what you should be doing according to the universe. And how to get on your soul purpose. Okay, if you got, this is what I said. This is why I said you just can't go anywhere. There's a whole lot of readers that don't even know what twin flame is yet. So why would you go to a reader who doesn't really know what twin flame is and ask them twin flame questions? That's just silly. You got to go to a specialist in twin flame. They have to really know what twin flames is. They have to know the stages. Like a lot of you guys, do you even know what the stages are? That's why when you're asking a question, where's my twin and why isn't my twin? And I've known you for 5 or 6 months. I'm starting to say, do you have a mental problem? I'm just being honest. Do you have a mental problem? Didn't we go over this? Did you ever study the 7 stages of twin flames and separation? Separation is like one of the biggest stages of twin flame is separation. Then they say, well, what about my life? Should I wait or should I? I wouldn't advise anybody to wait, but I would advise you to get on with your life purpose. The more you get in tune with your life purpose, you're going to change. Just like music you used to listen to, you ain't going to listen to that music no more. Stuff you used to do, you ain't going to want to do no more. People you knew before, you ain't going to know no more. You might have had major beef with your own family, and all of a sudden, you don't want to have beef no more. Stuff is going to change. That's the whole part of the journey. And the more you stand on your 2 feet, the more your life is going to change. You might meet somebody else. It's just funny how this life is. You'll meet somebody else, and you two will start to have a better relationship or whatever. And then all of a sudden, you're not thinking about your twin as much. And then all of a sudden, your twin pops up. because that's how this life is. Like Jen Royster on YouTube, she does a radio show. She's intuitive, and I asked her a question on Thursday. So today is March 26th. If you go to YouTube right now, Jen Royster, and you look at her video, towards the end of the video, I don't know what mark, if you start maybe around a 46-minute, 47-minute mark, 46-minute mark, she mentions my name, Gary, and she asks my question, and she gives her reading on it. But one thing the first thing she said was, you're asking me why your car got totaled and why the insurance company is being so difficult. And she said shit happens. But if you listen to the whole video, because once I listened to the whole video, it made perfect sense to me. Because she was basically saying some people think that if they're spiritual, that only good things are going to happen. She said that's not the truth. And then it was funny because Archangel Chamuel was with her, moderating. So that's my closest angel to me, is Chamuel. And then when she did it, she took answers. People asked her questions, she gave the answers. And then Michael the Archangel, she said, was giving the answers. So it's kind of ironic how my particular question, but this is divine timing. My particular question, like, wow, this is so effed up. But she's basically saying, and that was her response. You can see, just go to her channel. Her response was like, and like, well, what would you want? What type of answer would you want? Things are gonna happen. This is the way it is. Boom, boom, boom. It's all part of your journey. So she gave some advice on how to deal with it as far as different ways. But you have to learn how to deal with the hardships in this life from a I say spiritual, but I don't want to leave the soul out because it's a soul journey. So it's like an oxymoron to say, hey, you're on a soul journey, so you gotta, but be spiritual. You gotta learn how to blend. I keep telling you, this is all about blending. That's why they call it twin. And the more you do let the angels in, the more they work with you, and you begin to change. When you do see your twin again, that dynamic energy that scares the hell out of you, it won't be as threatening to you. At least not to you. It may still be with them, but they may be working on you. The Bible gives the example of two twins, Jacob and Esau. Jacob did some dirty stuff to Esau. Esau wanted to kill him. Esau was like, if I see him again, I'm going to kill him. So Jacob went on a run. This is the separation. And Jacob was on a run for decades. And then it came a time when he was going to meet Esau again. And he thought that when he saw Esau was going to want to kill him. But by the time they met, Esau had become famous. Everything Esau thought that Jacob stole from him, the universe gave back to Esau. So Esau was like, I'm not going to kill him because he's my brother, and I'm rich anyway. So I'm still rich. So even though he did steal some stuff from me, I'm still rich, and he is my brother. So by the time he saw me, he was like, good to see. He was happy to see him. And Esau thought it was going to be like, so what I'm saying is when you do see your twin again, it may be a different scenario. You may be in a different place. She may be in a different place. And the funny thing about that Bible account is this. Jacob was the person with God all those years, but he still hadn't learned what Esau learned. And Esau has always been portrayed as the animal one, the carnal one, and all that. But Esau was the one that offered peace. It was Jacob that was fearing and all that. And that's why he had that fight with that angel. Because that angel, in my opinion, represented his higher self. And that's what he was battling right before he met his twin. So your twin might be the peacemaker when you see him again. But again, the reality was they didn't go, we're brothers, we're twins. Now we're going to unite the two families and be together. Nope. Jacob went his way and Esau went his way. That's why I keep telling you, your twin may not have come into your life to be together, loving and hugging all these pictures you see out here on YouTube. But your twin came in your life to humble you and show and get you to know what your purpose is. And a lot of you are making mistakes that you just keep running. And most of you are just victims of people taking advantage of you. Oh, I see Venus in the 7th house, and that means you'll hear from your twin, but it's gonna be through dreams and stuff like that. So you believe in all that? Oh yeah, now when I dream and you believe in all this crap and stuff, and all this time is gonna go by, and you still ain't gonna be with your twin. And that same female that contacted me earlier this morning, basically asking the same question she's been asking for the last 6 or 7 months. But she did say something because she ran from me before. Because I told her the truth and she didn't want to, so she started going to other places, spending way more money than I charge. And then telling with a twin. So she finally came back to me. As soon as she came back to me, I definitely had to verbally spank her. Because she's like a sister to me in that regard. And I told her, same thing I'm telling you. And then she said, oh yeah, you're right, and blah, blah, blah. And then she left like she does. She left again. And then I gave her free offer, so she caught it and took advantage of that free angel reading. And then she asked the same question she was asking like 6 months ago. What is he doing? Why is he with somebody? So, but Gabriel was cool. I'm so proud of Archangel Gabriel. I didn't know he had that much grace. Because Gabriel's hard on me. But see, I'm a leader. Like, I'm really like worldwide. I want to thank Adam because Adam sent me this video where he was showing how this particular channel, the website, alters people's numbers. But I always knew that. I knew that way back because I've been out here now for a good, seemed like 4 or 5 years. It seemed like it, but it might not be that long. I don't know. I've done so many videos. That's why it seems so long. But I used to just watch them do it. But I was like, they can't stop God. So I never worried about it. F them. That's usually my answer to anybody fucking with me. Like, I've been through so much stuff. It's like, oh, who gives a fuck? Fuck you. You can't stop me. Fuck you. And I keep it moving. So Adam hooked me up. Adam was like, yo, they definitely messing with your numbers. So the point I'm trying to make is that this is going worldwide, and a lot of people are being helped. And it is my agenda to help. But a lot of y'all gotta grow up. And I don't know how many people hear this video, and I can't even worry about that. But grow up. Your twin did not come in your life for you two to be together right now. If your twin did come in your life for you two to be together, you two would be together now. Separation is a part of twin flame, so you can't get past that. You're going to go into some type of separation, but if you're prepared for that, know that. Yeah. And one person, Miss Roxy, stopped separation because they almost separated, but she stopped it. It's something what you say sometimes. You got to let them know. And sometimes women, y'all are too, you got to come off your high horses. And I know why you're that way, because everything came from the female. So females had that vanity, but you got to know when to compromise. You got to know how to pick up a phone. And even if you have to leave a message, say, listen, I'm really sorry what happened. And, and tell them how important they are to you and stuff like, and just pour your heart out sometime. And let the universe in. Do more praying, whatever you need to do to talk more to the universe. And stop that separation. Because like I said, we live in a world where we're all lying. We're in a matrix and we're always lying. But sometimes you need to hear the truth. And I helped one female because she had a twin flame situation. And she knew it was unique, but he was pulling back from her. And she was pulling back from him. And then she came across to me. And I told her the same thing I told my younger sister. You gotta learn how to see things from a male viewpoint. And I went down the line. And then when I got done, she was like, her viewpoint was totally different. She was like, yeah. And she knew she had to show him, just based on history, she had to show him that this is something that she's real about and she's not trying to do none of that stuff. If she could just convince him, because he already had shown emotions for her. If she can just try her best to convince him, he'll believe her. But if you don't even pick up the phone and call him back, why would I want you? Like I'm going to be me. And that's why I was chosen to do what I do. Because I've been doing this too long not to. I know about the universe. I know about goodness. I know about evil. I know about the underworld. I've done all that. Decades of dealing with that. And I'm not scared of none of it. At this point, now in the beginning, I was terrified to see all that stuff. But now it's like, fuck it. It's just a walk in the park. It's an annoyance. Like when I got out the car, I should have been dead. My car was hit head on. I got out that car. First off, I need food because I'm diabetic. I thought it was going to be a 5-minute trip. And it turned into a nightmare. And I just got out that car pissed off. Didn't care nothing about nothing. Didn't care nothing about Jack. Because I've been there too many times. Just like Paul was in so many shipwrecks. So this whole twin journey is to wake you up. And when you realize that, you'll begin to say, what's my life purpose? And you'll have the tools that I keep telling you that you need to have. You will stop being selfish. You'll stop trying to get over. You'll stop that third dimensional BS, because it's for those reasons that you're nowhere near your twin, because you want to stay in third dimension. You can't stay in third dimension no more. This is a shakeup. And this moon, this new moon coming, watch and see. Watch and see the shakeup. I may even do a chart on it. I don't know. So make sure you have the tools that you're supposed to have for your journey. That includes your natal chart, angel card readings, any other type of reading, and follow any advice that these give you. Make sure you're going to somebody who knows what they're doing. Because if you're on a twin flame journey and you let somebody do your natal chart that don't know jack diddly squat about twin flames, I feel sorry for you. That's like buying a car that has a clutch and don't nobody know how to shift. Where the hell do you think you're going? And thank God for a guy like me that's out here busting his ass for you people. More than my own life. But I'm not always going to be here. God bless.